Exxxotica 2019 Miami. Well, if you take a look around, we are in the seminar room. We are here rehearsing for our Webcamming 101, How to Be Your Own Boss seminar. Now we just have to wait for our audience. But we're going to get ready to start the show. Stay tuned.
Hi everyone, my name is Alena, and this is a webcamming seminar where all of us are going to talk about our expertise and just different experiences with how we started webcamming, why we enjoy it, and we're here to answer your questions as well. So I'll start first. I work for a company called Stream8, and I also work for a cam company called My Free Cams. I like both of them for slightly different reasons, but I really enjoy webcamming. I started off actually stripping first, and then I transitioned into becoming a cam girl, and I really enjoy it a lot. It's safer. I've been camming for almost 4 years, and I've learned a lot, and I like both companies, and it's just really great. So I'm here to help anybody that is interested in it, has questions about it, and yeah.
Hi, my name is Chloe. I've only been camming for about 1.5 years now, but I've gotten lucky. I've found success pretty quickly. I mainly cam on My Free Cams. I also sell my clips and produce my own clips, which I've also found success in that. Yeah.
Hi guys, I'm Briana. I have been webcamming for a decade, a solid 10 years. My website of choice is Stream8. You have a lot of options out there when it comes to camming, especially now. Chatterbait, MFC, Stream8, and picking what works for you is really up to the individual. What are you looking for? What is your camming style? Do you want to bring in a boyfriend? You know, some sites allow men and some don't. So yeah, we're here today to hopefully give some tips and tricks and steer you in the right direction on how to be your own boss.
Hi, my name is Claire. I strictly stick to OnlyFans and Chatterbait as my streaming and clip sale preferred place. I've been doing this for about 2 years. I love the community. I love bringing people into a more sex positive and enjoyable and fun environment.
And it's safe. It's a safe, consensual fantasy land. Like, I consider myself a professional fantasy fulfiller, and I'm fulfilling an innate need in a safe, like I said, consensual, legal environment, and it's a lot safer than stripping. But it's all, I mean, there's a trade-off. Nobody's touching you, but are you willing to use toys? Strippers don't use toys. You know, there's things to consider. But I personally prefer Stream8 because I like to do a bunch of small shows at a time. Take me into a show, one-on-one or group. Girls who prefer MFC often like to sit in free chat and set a goal. Once I reach this allotted amount of tokens, I'll get naked, yada yada, etc. That to me requires a lot more patience. I do not have the patience to sit on MFC waiting for people to tip. You could possibly make all of your money in the last hour. And on Streaming, it's a little bit more of a guarantee. So I like to do privates. That's what works for me. I never know what I'm getting into. You know, you take me in a show and I'm like, here I am at your service. You know, what do you want me to wear? What's your preference on dirty talk? Get familiar with fetishes, see what's poppin', what's hot. Learn your acronyms, JOI, SPH.
Yeah, there's lots of different fetishes to be in. I'm at the complete opposite spectrum as Bree here. I love being in public chat. I like to entertain large groups of people, and I prefer My Free Cams because I do not want to be sexual all the time, and I don't act. When I get on, I am myself. I'm a goofball, I'm jumping around, I'm dancing around. Most of my money, honestly, is made from playing games and interacting and like selling my personality. Yeah, I totally built a brand. Rather than focusing, I don't focus on the private shows or the necessarily like all about the sexual aspect. I do explicit shows, but I am mostly clothed most of the time. And yeah, and My Free Cams, it's specifically like there's top 20 clothes models. You can be completely successful on there without showing anything if you don't want to. So it's completely like within your comfort zone, like well, yeah. I'm currently ranked for being a first-year camera. This is a little crazy, but I'm in the top 100 currently. Thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands. MFC has its perks of being able to do what you want more with your shows, but you also, it's more competitive because, so ranking is just based off of how many tokens, how much your earning is. So like the top earners are going to be number one, the top earners number one, and then it just goes down and from 1 to 1,000. If you do rank from 1 to 1,000, you get a bonus at the end of the month, which is really nice. The higher your rank, the higher your bonus. So they have little perks inside of each campsite's a little bit different, but everyone has different perks to offer to make more money other than just getting tips as well.
These two are both on the main page. She's on the front and she's on the front, and I've been camping for 10 years and I'm like on the way back because I don't put in the hours. I camp every week at the same time, same day, but it's like 2 to 3 hours. Like, I'll admit it, so I don't have rank. So I mean, I'm not an exception, I'm not special. I've been on there forever, they don't care. You have to put in the time and it'll pay off.
I did Chatterbait for a little bit, for about a year, and I was putting in the hours like 8 to 10 hours every day, and I was on the front page. I was like number one for a while, being a couple with me and my boyfriend and myself. So it's a lot of work, especially Chatterbait being very similar to MFC, where you don't really have like the privates. You have the option of private, but it's definitely follower based, and it's definitely like who's on the front page as well. Like on the front page overall instead of just like per follows. Definitely, it's definitely more follower oriented than money oriented. Like I have known top earners who don't make the first page. Yeah, and I've known top earners who stay on the first page. So I don't really know if it's particular to that or whatever algorithm it is.
Does anybody have any questions this far? If you do at any time, raise your hand. We can yeah.
So you said you did it with your boyfriend as a couple. Was that easier or just with that? Yeah. Was that a good experience?
Oh, I would definitely camp with my boyfriend again. Yeah. Some platforms don't really allow male and female. So MFC is no male. Streaming you can do couple. Chatterbait you can do couple because that's the one I used to do.
Chatterbait's known for
No.
That is definitely, couples is definitely like something like when there's two people in the room and they can get those two people to interact, people love it.
Well,
like,
specifically boy-girl.
but no, well, girls hit and miss. Sometimes it's really like
Sometimes you make
depending.
less money with another girl because you split it. So,
Yeah, it depends. Like you definitely have to obviously make double what you'd make with another girl, but it can be more profitable as well. Yeah.
If you both have a really good following, that also implements like more chances of your channel getting viewed. So I'm not saying that only go for the high following people because low followers deserve a chance too. I mean, we wouldn't be here without being low followers, you know? We would, so it's definitely fun.
Two things to add to that. With the following, like I don't have a big following. I made the mistake of not cross-promoting enough at the beginning of my cam career, and I'm literally doing just great with just the followers I have. So you just really need to like be involved. Yeah, be involved with your fans. Like have a Snapchat to sell. Like have other communications so where you can get to know these people offline and they will return the favor. Like these people are coming to you because they want something to do at night. Like whether it's like they don't have a community to hang out in or whether they just want the entertainment for an hour. You never know where they're coming for, but try to get to know them and like fit their needs and like within boundaries, you know? Yeah.
Well, another thing I wanted to add is the payouts on all of the sites we are mentioning are different. So why would you go to StreamMate, for example, to take less of a cut over MFC, who's going to pay more? And it's all about what your objective is on camp. Like, you know what I mean? Does that, you want to touch on that a little bit? But it's definitely like, I must say the MFC token system, I'm not really great at math, so it's a bit confusing. StreamMate, 1 gold is $1. So like, as a cam girl, like I didn't go to Harvard, no, I don't know math very well. So like 5 gold's $5. That makes it really easy for me. On MFC, I get very confused with the tokens amount, and there is that as well. And they both pay weekly. There's a same-day payout option now, I think, which is great. All right, does anybody have any more questions? We're just trying to be helpful, but we're going to be in the clips for sale booth, all of us. You guys can stop by any time today. If you the silliest questions, really honestly, we encourage all of them. If you want to know the craziest show we've ever had, we'll be happy to tell you. But that's all. Sir!
What? Tips on security.
I'm sorry.
Come on down here.
Some tips on security.
Tips on safety and
Having a
security.
P.O. box, because your fans are going to want to send you stuff. So get a P.O. box, definitely, just make sure that your name is something that you're comfortable with, and it's not going to reveal too much of your personal identity.
Also with security, some models choose to say their real name or their birthday, like their zodiac sign or where they're really from. Other models don't. Either one is totally okay. There's just consequences, I guess, that could potentially happen. So as a cam girl, you can totally say your real birthday if you want. You can say what city you're really from if you want to. Some cam girls do that. I personally don't. Like, my birthday with camming is completely different than my real birthday. My stage name is not accurate to what my real name is. And so I also say where I'm from is completely different to where I'm actually from. So those kind of things help with security as well, just down the line. Yeah.
Yeah, to add to that, I choose to use my real name. At the beginning of my cam career, I used a stage name, and I'm just too much of a ditz. I kept saying my real name all the time. Blame the weed. But I feel safe. I haven't run into any problems so far. I keep my last name under lock and key, and I keep my year that I was born under lock and key, but I feel comfortable and I haven't run into any issues so far.
I have. Anyway, last thing I wanted to talk about too before I forget is the rules. MFC is very lax when it comes to rules. If you are known to be a rule breaker, stay away from StreamMate. There's a lot of rules, and one wrong word will get you suspended. If you have a lot of pets, MFC is a better option. There are no animals allowed on StreamMate. I got suspended for 3 days for my dog walking across the frame, and someone was like, "Ooh, I'm gonna turn you in." So there's things like that. You can promote whatever you want on MFC. You can promote whatever. Your Skype, your phone number, your P.O. box, whatever you want, they do not care. On StreamMate, you cannot mention anything. You can't promote yourself whatsoever, unless it's within StreamMate itself, like taking you into a show.
But I would add, no one campsite really can dictate to you what's going to make more money across the board. It really comes down to what your brand is and who you portray online and what rules you are more personally comfortable with that fit with what your branding is on a day-to-day basis. So MFC, like Jasmine, Chatterbait, StreamMate, and there's so many more. They're not one of, Cam Soda, and there's just many, many more. Not any one of them really can define what's going to make the most money. You determine that by how you decide through camming which one fits your branding, which one you're more comfortable with. I'd also like to add that also goes the same for if you choose to do boy-girl shows, that's not going to guarantee that you're going to make more money. It doesn't necessarily guarantee that. You could be solo and make more money. It's really, in my opinion, it comes down to consistency, how much you're online. When you say what your schedule is, that's really a good thing. If you can stick to what you say you're going to do as far as your rules and your limits, and if you can stick to when you say you're going to be on as much as possible, that really is going to help with making more money. But yeah, a lot of people think if they have another girl in the show, or if they look a certain way, or if their camera room has the right lighting and they wear the right clothes and they're a certain way, that's how they're gonna make money, and that's just not true. You make more money being consistent, you make more money sticking to whatever really fits your personality, and stuff like that is what's going to determine making more money in the long run.
And it completely like differs from day to day. Like you'll have one day that's like really great and one day that's not, and that's, yeah, just don't get discouraged and keep going. Like I've had days on MFC where it's so slow and I'm starting to get anxious, and I will just click off, tell them I'm coming back, and click off for 30 minutes and come back and make mad money. Like you never know, like sometimes it's just, yeah, exactly. So do what feels comfortable. I really suggest trying out multiple different campsites to see what works for you. A lot of campsites will give you a new model week. Like I think MFC and Chatterbait.
First 10 hours.
Yeah, your first, I think, 10 hours or a few days, or like some of them give you a week. They'll boost you. They'll put you on the front of the page and like give you that opportunity to meet people then, and that's the best time to like start getting your clientele like set, because those people will come back.
Last thing I'd add to that is, I know for me, coming from being a stripper, I would get money every night. So when I started camming, it was really hard to wait to like get that paycheck. Am I still?
That's our cue.
Yeah. Any more questions?
Thank you so much for coming. This was our second time presenting this seminar, and just from having worked this expo for, this is probably my 7th or 8th year, I get a lot of girls that, you know, want an apprenticeship, or, you know, coaching, or they want to shadow me, and I'm all about it. I love it. I think we all started from the rock bottom. Nobody taught us what to do or how to do it, so we just want to kind of give that back, and if we can help make the world a better place. Thank you guys, though. Thank you.